everyone. So today's question is, a 35-year-old female presented with pain in the great toe. General examination and examination of the synovial fluid showed the following. What's your possible diagnosis? And this is the general examination and examination of the synovial fluid. So in general examination, as you can see a swelling in the great toe with some amount of inflammation, and here what you're seeing is needle shaped yellow colored crystals. So it's basically a young age female swelling in the great toe with needle shaped crystals on synovial fluid examination. So your diagnosis is undoubtedly a gout. So what you need to know here is, so especially when you have arthritis of the great toe due to gout, we call it as podagra. So we call it as podagra. Okay. So gout can be acute or chronic. So it can lead to an acute arthritis. So if it's being present for a long time, it can even present as a renal failure due to deposition of these crystals in the kidney. They can cause renal failure. And remember, these gout crystals are needle shaped crystals. And I'll show you why it's yellow and all those. Okay. So gout can be primary or secondary. So what do you mean by a primary gout? So primary gout is due to deficiency of enzymes which are deficient. Those enzymes which are deficient, which they are involved in metabolism of purines. Okay. So any example for primary gout? So primary cause for hyperuricemia which can lead to gout is Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. So what do you mean by Lesch-Nyhan syndrome? So it's due to deficiency of an enzyme called hypoxanthine guanine phosphoribosyl transferase, which is involved in the metabolism of purines. So they are not metabolized, so there will be accumulation of uric acid which can lead to gout. So one feature which you can see in Lesch-Nyhan syndrome is something called self-mutilation. So what do you mean by self-mutilation? They keep on biting the finger, so they have a tendency to mutilate their own fingers. Okay, so nails and all those. So this we call it self-mutilation. So what do you mean by secondary gout? So whenever you have increased production of uric acid, we call it as a secondary gout. That can lead to secondary hyperuricemia, which leads to gout. So let us imagine a patient is having a leukemia. So you have high turnaround of cells. So your cells, some cells will die. So when the cells are going to die, the nucleic material, your DNA and RNA will be released, which contains purines and pyrimidines. So this can lead to hyperuricemia. So whenever you're going to give a chemotherapy for a leukemia, there will be lysis of cells which can lead to increased uric acid. So you have to hydrate the patient well, right? So this is about gout. The next most important thing you should know is the difference between gout and pseudo gout. This is very important. Okay. So gout is due to deposition of monosodium urate crystals, whereas pseudo gout is due to deposition of calcium pyrophosphate. Next is, these gout crystals are needle shaped crystals. Okay. And they are negatively birefringent. That's very important. Whereas pseudo gout is positively birefringent and they are rhomboid shaped or rectangular sometimes. Okay. So to remember easily, you can remember N. So in gout, everything is N. That is, you have deposition of monosodium urate crystals, sodium crystals. They are needle shaped and they are negatively birefringent. So gout, you remember N. Everything is going to be N. So what do you mean by this birefringence? So when you're going to take a fluid and examine it under a microscope, you have something called polarizer microscope, in which you have a filters, different color filters. So what happens is, you put a red filter and examine the fluid. So your light rays will pass through the crystals. So when they are parallel, when the light rays are parallel and you're going to examine these fluid using a red filter, if it's going to appear yellow, then we call it as negatively birefringent. When you're going to make it perpendicular, what happens? The color turns out to be blue. So this we call it as negatively birefringent. So when you're going to examine using a red filter in a polarized microscope, when the light rays are parallel, if the crystals are going to appear yellow, we call it negatively birefringent. If it turns blue and turn perpendicular, we call it as negatively birefringent. The exact opposite of this, we call it as positive birefringence, which is seen in pseudo gout. Thank you.